Hi all, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. That really motivates me. Okay, let's go ahead with the story. In the last video, we saw the character outlines of all these four characters appearing in Mitra Bheda. And we also saw that Damnak is going to meet this king. Pinglak saw him coming, king saw him coming, and king asked the gatekeeper to open the doors for the son of the old minister. And Damnak came in, and then there was a usual meet and greet. And after that, Damnak started manipulating the king. The first thing he said that I am a very insignificant person in your life. I am like that piece of grass which is used to pick your teeth or clean your ear. But sometimes those insignificant, things also matter a lot. Then he started differentiating between a good employee and a bad employee of the king. Right? Why he is doing that? Because you have seen that all the animals in and around the king are not even bothered to ask that what happened to king, why is he so scared, or why has he not gone to drink water. They simply just sat besides the king and they were just looking for what next kind of situation. But only this Damnak has come now. So indirectly Damnak is saying that you have kept so many people, hundreds and hundreds of people, everyone is useless. I am the only one who have come to serve you and pull you out of that situation, right? So I am the only one, that courageous person. So he says that king should always reward his good servants or good employees, and king should always ensure that he differentiates between a piece of glass and a piece of diamond. So diamond like servants are one of the most important servants. So whenever king treats all his servants equally, good servants lose motivation and they leave the king. And you should also understand that survival of king is always with the servants, and the survival of servants or employees is always with the king. So king should not ignore that fact. And then he says that so the contrast between what he spoke to Kartak and what he spoke to the king. In Kartak's case, he said that you should always project your work. Here, to the king, he says that if an employee or a servant is shy of propagating his work, then the king should recognize his good work and reward him accordingly. Right? So see the difference, how he is manipulating people. Then he says that servant is one of the most loyal and great servants who is excited about the new war which is coming in, right? So if there is an employee who is very excited about a very new project in an organization, that means he is a very good employee, is what Damnak says to Pinglak, right? And he also says one more thing, that king just gives him salary, just gives him food, but a servant can give life for the king. Or you happens that you are giving 8 hours of your life to the organization, and what is organization giving you? Salary. I mean, in my view, both are important. As I said, survival is dependent between a servant and a king, or organization and an employee. Organization cannot survive without an employee, and an employee cannot survive without an organization. Now king heard all these things, and king knew that where he is pointing out, but king was curious and he wants to come out of that vulnerability. So he asked Damnak, okay, I understand, let's decide your competency later, but tell me why you have come in, what made you come here? Then Damnak says that I need some privacy, because षट्कर्णो भिद्यते मंत्रः चतुष्कर्णः स्थिरो भवेत् तस्मात् सर्व प्रयत्नेन षट्कर्णः वर्जयेत् सुधीः. That means it says that ensure that your secret is always between two people, or two pairs of ears, or 4 ears. Sixth ear means that your secret has broken. It's no longer a secret, right? Then after listening to this, Pinglak thought that maybe because king was again vulnerable, no one is asking, no one is bothered about how he is. Someone has come to ask him what is happening, why are you afraid, and all that, right? So Damnak asked, what is the problem, why are you so scared? And you went to drink water, I saw, but you did not drink the water. Then king first thought that, is he going to take an advantage of my situation? Then he thought maybe he is loyal, because all these things which Damnak said, right, they have affected or manipulated that king. Then king said that it is okay to tell your secrets or your vulnerabilities, open up in front of three kinds of people. One is your best friend, second is a loyal servant, and third is your your loyal wife, or fourth is that your understanding boss. Okay, so four people you can open up, and that's the way king opens up and says that, Damnak, you are hearing all those big noises around the bank of river Yamuna, right? Damnak said, yes, I am hearing those. I am planning to leave this jungle for good. The reason is that there is this very scary and strange animal which is creating havoc across this jungle, and I am very afraid of that. Then Damnak said, you are a king, for God's sake. You should never be afraid. What nonsense. I mean, you have this big army of dangerous animals and you are afraid? Then, he instilled some sort of courage in that king. Then he said that, just look at what is there. Let's go ahead. What's wrong in seeing what is there? Let's see what if it is really very dangerous. Don't become that jackal which thought that drum would be full of meat and blood and whatnot, and finally when it entered the drum, it saw that it was just this skin and wood, and it broke its teeth. Then king said, what is that story? What are you talking? Then Damnak told him the story of this jackal called Gomayu, and let's see how it broke its teeth, and what will happen to that jackal. All right, in our next episode. Thank you so much.